Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to GSA 70-star division, Season 3. So right now we're going to be kicking things off with RockChalk versus Drogie. So right now, this is going to be a live race, so I believe they are just kind of warming up, trying to make sure everything is good for the streams. So we'll just be waiting around here. Both of these players are extremely well versed in the Mario sphere. Both names should sound familiar to you if you keep up with it. Right now you're seeing the current placements on the stream. So Drogie unfortunately has not won anything yet. RockChalk has won one but has also lost one. So if Drogie does win this, he will be tied with RockChalk in the standings. Minus some points might make the difference here and there, but as far as wins and losses, they will be even. So RockChalk trying to hold ready. Drogie trying to catch up in a way, trying to get that first win under his belt. But just kind of making sure both racers are good. Alright, we're final adjustments. Looks like we are good. We'll just have both runners start things up. Final countdown is going. So first match of the day that is live. The commentary, however, is pre-recorded. So a bit of a game that we like to play. Runners have to basically adjust their runs based on whatever I commentate. So I'm in a good position here. Everything I say this run is going to be correct. Otherwise, the runners are the ones who messed it up. So it should be pretty fun. I'm excited for it. So just waiting on Lakitu to make his rounds, searching for Mario. Isn't quite sure where he laid his pipe. So we're going to be about to be kicking it off just right. Times are synced. Drogie with the super fast Lakitu skip there. Both of them making it. About what you expect. Going to be making their way over into BOB. And going to be doing bomb clip, which I believe is a very fitting first move to do here in 70 star, because it's just hard enough to kind of set the tone for the race, and it looks really nice. It gives you a little bit of kind of manipulation that the runners do here in the Mario world, and it's just a really good thing, a good way to start things off. So both runners getting it quite nicely will be making their way into Peach's slide. Do we have any guesses in chat on what their times will be? See, my guess is going to be, let's see, probably a 12-7 from both is going to be my prediction. Let's see what they actually get. Both looking pretty nice. Ooh, Drogie with a 12-6. RockChalk with a 12-7. Drogie pulling out the faster strat. Had an interesting camera angle as well. But 12-6 is almost, like, pretty much about as fast as you can do that slide. I believe you can do it ever so slightly faster. I think 12.5 is RTA viable. But almost perfect on the side of Drogie. So both runners making their way into Womp's Fortress. Going to be seeing some interesting stars here too. So Drogie headed up to do Owlus, while RockChalk decides to do the Cannonless star first. RockChalk doing the full setup. Drogie getting Owlus first try. Oh, but RockChalk just missing Cannonless. Even with the full setup. He must have just ledge grabbed in the wrong spots, because the ledge grab essentially is what sets that up. And there are spots where you really want Mario to grab to ensure that you get it. So that first ledge grab that Drogie just did was probably a little off on the side of RockChalk. But Drogie getting the first two tricks of the stage over and done with. RockChalk still needing this Cannonless to work, which he gets it to work the second time. Not very common to see runners do the full setup and then it not work. But it does happen sometimes. Drogie on his 100 coin is doing the faster 100 coin, where you get the first two or the first 5 coins on the side there. And making the cycle. Very nice on the side of Drogie. And RockChalk missed an Owlus. Struggling just a bit here in Womp's Fortress. He's able to get it the second time around. But Drogie having a really nice 100 coin. Had to go back for that one. Just a quick turnaround there for him. Overall, pretty clean. Just going to be finishing up these coins here. RockChalk just starting his 100 coin. Is opting to do the slightly easier version where he is not going to get those row of 5 first. He's going to start off with that ring. Makes the cycle a little easier to grab. And grab it he does. So Drogie looking to be in a pretty good spot starting up this race. Just needs to finish out the stars that will be located at the top of the fortress. So RockChalk finishing up his 100 coin. Drogie with the swag dive there off of the big womp. Doesn't really gain any time, but just fun to do. So RockChalk going to be taking care of this big womp. Drogie does have to do Wild Blue. RockChalk got that as a backup, so did not have to go out of his way. Or did have to go his way, did not have to... He got out of his way to begin with, is what I'm trying to say. as Drogie decided to do it later on. So Drogie missing the triple jump up to this moving platform here. Was able to back it up quite clean. So a really good time from Drogie out of Womp's Fortress. 6:47, I think, was the fade out. So RockChalk going to be just a little behind. Going to be about 15 seconds behind Drogie. As Drogie is having trouble making it into that painting. The painting on Pizza Slide can be a bit tricky, and it's a bit prophetic, I think, that the painting is of Peach, and it's pretty much the only painting that rejects Mario. So, some interesting design there. I think the devs were trying to tell us something. But 12-8 from Drogie. RockChalk. See what he's got this time. Got a 12-7 last time. It's going to be another 12-7. So both runners actually averaging at 12-7. So it is time to do a bit of flying. Drogie, oh, I think he missed. He did that first coin. Got one of them, missed the other one. The first set of two. It's a little unfortunate on his side, but some pretty good flying. RockChalk trying to pick it up, and I think he missed the coin as well. He got one. He missed a coin. So not able to save the time that Drogie left for him. But not a bad stage overall for both runners. So that is definitely a stage where you can lose time without really realizing it. Missing a coin in the first two is probably the most noticeable way that you can miss it. But having optimal lines, having optimal arcs, you will save a ton of time, a surprisingly large amount of time in that stage. But right now, both runners are in Dark World. Drogie looking pretty good to be on the Shig pace, having to waste a bit of time because he was too early. Drogie, very nice Shig from him. RockChalk gonna be doing the same. So very nice Dark World from both runners. And this is the stage where very slight mistakes can add up, especially if you make a mistake kind of towards the beginning, and then you have to kind of maneuver your way through those amps up that slope or that ramp. Can really mess you up. So both of runners pretty much doing it about as perfectly as they were going for. Making Shig cycle is more than acceptable. It's possible to go faster, but in races everyone basically tries to go for Shig. Very consistent. So very good from both runners here in Dark World. It's very nice to have that stage just behind you. So going to be entering BOB one more time to grab one more star, using that wing cap that we just got. Be gaining a bit of speed from the slope to triple jump all the way up, conveniently where this star is located. Ooh, Drogie going for the faster movement there. Wasn't able to get that speed kick. So didn't quite maintain his momentum. But not a big deal. Still able to go right up there, grab that star. So a pretty close race. See Drogie entering in CCM door about 11:05, I think. So about 15 seconds apart. Very nice wall kicks from work on the side of Drogie. That is one of the stars in the stage where you can actually die pretty easily if you just mistime that wall jump, which is a little hard to time because you're at a bit of an awkward camera angle. It's hard to tell when Mario's going to hit the wall. So Drogie having that out of the way. RockChalk deciding to do the penguin star first. So this is where we're going to see if they have any kind of diverging routes here on 70 star. You can get 17 stars here or 18 stars. It looks like Drogie is deciding to do the 18 star routes, and the difference being in the basement portion over in Shifting Sandlands, you could do the pillarless strat twice, which does save time, but is a good bit harder and easier to mess up. So here in races, a lot of these top runners will decide to do the CCM 18 route. So we get 18 stars here. But it looks like RockChalk is doing these 17-star routes, so we'll see a bit of a divergence here. If RockChalk pulls it off, he will save, I think, about 4 or 5 seconds, something along those lines, just based on the stars that he's doing. So both in their 100 coin, Drogie did pick up that extra star. So these guys will sync back up in basement. Meanwhile, it will appear that RockChalk is ahead. So very good slide from RockChalk. Didn't miss any coins. Going to be grabbing his stars now. Drogie looks to be doing pretty good himself. Has the perfect amount of coins. So quite nice CCM from both players. I didn't see any real mistakes. Very clean from both. So RockChalk making his way over into BBH. Has a little trouble killing that boo. Just kicks it right out of the way. So BBH is one of those stages where you can lose some time on the star that RockChalk is doing now if you do fall off of this balcony. But overall, it's more minor time losses, like you just saw RockChalk kind of mess up killing the boo. Bonks here and there, maybe sliding on the wall. Just small time losses is really more of what you'll see in this stage. Oh, Drogie missing that wall kick right there. So those kind of mistakes are what you'll see, and they typically won't add up to anything major. So long jumping through the boo. If you don't time that right, boo will hit you, or you'll get hit by boo, and you could fall off that balcony, and that's the biggest time loss you can have. But not happening to either runner. RockChalk making his way into the basement. So once RockChalk does his first star in SSL, is when the routes will be synced up again. So grabbing this MIPS first on his way over there. So we will see the time difference. They probably are about the same. They're probably still about 15 seconds off. Not much has happened. So RockChalk will have to do this pillarless strat twice, and ooh, not able to get it. I believe that was medium bomb, and then he turned around with it, so he's going to have to be doing one of these stars as a backup. Oh, but tries to wait for the Talon, slides down the pyramid. Does it again! RockChalk just needing to grab the star. Finally does. And that's going to be a pretty decent time loss from RockChalk. Pretty unfortunate. Was a little too fast for that Talon, so had to wait for it. Ended up just sliding down, and it was just downhill from there. But has the bomb this time, as well does Drogie. He is in the pyramid. So both runners executing the pillarless strat very well there. RockChalk actually doing the faster version, saving a couple seconds over what Drogie does. That is Tama Plus, where you dive directly onto the backside of that slope, as opposed to diving to the side you started on. So RockChalk finishing this up. We'll have one more star to do. while Drogie is finishing up the last star he has, and it is the really easy, quick one. Right atop the pyramid. So extremely good SSL from Drogie. Bit unfortunate movement on the side of RockChalk. So Drogie did actually gain probably close to 10 seconds there. I believe he was exiting SSL right at 18 minutes. So about a 25-second difference from the two runners now. But still extremely good pace. Drogie just has not made really any mistakes other than maybe a bonk here and there. But for every strat that he's going for, he's landing them. Oh, and RockChalk doesn't quite push the bully into the lava. But Drogie doing the first 2 stars on the left side of the map, reds and then wing cap. And we'll decide now to take care of his bullies. So the most exciting part of the stage will be the volcano. Both runners kind of deciding to do the easier stars first. It is still possible to die on these bully stars, but just much less likely. So bully stars more so than the other two, because you have to take this first burn as Drogie's doing now. And so if you take another burn, you're at like 2 HP, and so it's fairly easy to die. And once you mess up a little bit of movement, the bullies will kind of gain some momentum, and it's very easy for them just to kind of bop you. But neither runner having that issue. Both of them are doing really well here in Lethal Lava Land. So Drogie is going to be making his way into the pyramid now. Lava Boost is going to be the scariest part of this. Getting it out of the way is a pretty big relief as he does get it. Opting to do the easier Lava Boost, you see that a lot in races. There is a faster strat where you just kind of long jump towards it at the beginning and not running all the way to the end to hit it from the side. But hitting it from the side is much safer, much easier, and if you miss Lava Boost, it's basically a death. It is possible to back it up. Oh, but RockChalk did end up missing it, as you can see, does take that death. Very unfortunate. Oh, and Drogie missing it, missing the jump on the elevator, was able to back it up, avoiding that fire as well. Just gonna take it nice and easy to the star. Oh, and RockChalk isn't able to make it work. Didn't die that time, but does have to back it up with this elevator. So RockChalk having some trouble in the volcano. Drogie is trying to make the best out of his situation. A pretty decent lead he has for himself now. Nothing that can't be overcome, but he should be feeling fairly comfortable right now. Just needs to keep playing solid, and he has been playing super solid. I mean, he has not been really making any mistakes. And RockChalk falls down again. Looks like he's just going to run all the way up, which he is. He did not have enough health to try that strat one more time. You need essentially a full life bar. So, unfortunate on the side of RockChalk. And running up the side really isn't super slow. It just feels bad. It feels worse than it actually should. But hopefully RockChalk can just kind of place it out of his mind. He's still on a pretty good run. Going to be touching this door right around like 23 minutes, a little before. So isn't doing bad. But Drogie already done with a star here in Dire Docks. So just keeping that lead. And Dire Docks isn't really where you see, large lead changes. Oh, but RockChalk missing that chest. He's just kind of struggling right now to do things pretty optimally. Hopefully he can pull it back together. Drogie, however, not having the same issues. But this is where the mental comes into play, I think, for RockChalk. Because it's one thing to be in Drogie's situation, to be playing super solid, feeling really good about yourself, and knowing that you kind of just need to maintain the lead. And being in RockChalk's situation where you've made some errors, and you kind of just have to cut it out and just play super solid. Because there is plenty of race to go here. But Drogie already in Fire Sea. We'll be seeing if he can make that lava boost cycle. It's looking pretty good. Double jumps come out on Drogie a bit faster than jumping off the side and getting burned. Who doesn't get the triple jump? Probably, I think that's dead for lava boost. He's gonna go for it, or no, he's not gonna go for it. Lands on the platform. It was a bit hard to see what he was doing with that camera angle. It has to get up here. Elevator not wanting him, just eating his speed. That's really unfortunate on the side of Drogie. So just messed up the slightest of movements. Long jumping. I don't know if he was initially going for the lava boost, but typically what you'll see runners do is they'll dive roll out so they don't take fall damage. And Drogie long jump, took fall damage, kind of ate his speed. And so he wasn't going super fast up the elevator, and the elevator just ate the rest of it. So we'll see if RockChalk is able to make that lava boost. Or at the minimum, the fast elevators. So Drogie taking care of the Bowser fight. Is still on really good pace. RockChalk does get the lava boost, so he's going to be saving a pretty significant time over Drogie here in Fire Sea. And getting this good ending movement as well, not having to take any burns. Ooh, but misses that final wall kick. Backs it up quite nicely. Ooh. A bit of some interesting movement there at the end. Doesn't fall down, does get the star. Closes it out. So not as fast as it could be. Still really good from RockChalk. But Drogie is already upstairs into Wet Dry World. Opting to do shocking arrow lifts first. Just get the easy star out of the way. Just take the convenient warp straight up to the star. So taking care of his 100 coins now. RockChalk is done with Fire Sea. Going to be making it his way upstairs as well. So nice Skeeter RNG on the side of Drogie. Basically walked right up to him. Was just giving away those coins. But so RockChalk did have a little issues getting into the painting. If nobody, or for anybody who doesn't know, the water level at the start of this level will vary depending on where you jump into the painting. So RockChalk was really trying to ensure that he made it at the very bottom, so the water level will be as low as possible. So just having a little trouble there, but wanted to make sure that he had the optimal water level. So Drogie is done with his 100 coin. So pretty good from him. Really didn't see any mistakes. RockChalk is taking care of his as well. Looking okay. Did ledge grab that box. But not the biggest deal. Now, Drogie deciding just to go around this cage, take these boxes up. You can triple jump off of this cage structure. It is a bit faster, but definitely much more dangerous. So, and it doesn't save a ton of time versus going around. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it's a few seconds. It's not anything major. So just wants to keep playing solid. Doesn't want to give up any time anywhere. So Drogie on his last star here. RockChalk does have to get the 2 stars by going up this ramp. So RockChalk looking good. Very nice wall kicks from him. Drogie got his last star, will be making his way over to THI. So Drogie going to be doing secrets here. Definitely the easiest star to lose time on. Drogie looking like he is not going to be losing time. Executing that very well. While RockChalk finishes up that last star in Wet Dry World. Oh, I apologize. He has to do the shocking airless star, I believe. Oh, and he entered in at the wrong time. Decides just to leave so he could go enter it again. He didn't enter it at the wrong time. He entered it in at the wrong spot in the painting. That's what I was talking about just a second ago. Entered in a little too high, and you really need that water level to be at the ground. So, not good on the side of RockChalk. A bit of a silly mistake that you don't normally see these top runners do. But hopefully he can just keep it out of his mind. Just try to play as solidly as possible. Well, Drogie just has to finish up these piranha plants. Misses the first one. Is gonna have to wait for this other one to respawn. So eating a little time there. Decided to do that slide kick a little too soon on the first one. So had to go back for it and was not able to do it fast enough to kill the second one. So kind of a silly mistake on the side of Drogie as well. Normally runners consider that star kind of free. But when you're trying to do it as optimally as possible, you know, those are the kind of mistakes that do happen. So with that, Drogie is actually done with THI and is going to be into Tall Tall Mountain here. Which I liked what Electric said earlier. This is more of a fortress than just a mountain. So Tall Tall Fortress it is. Drogie scaling it quite easily. Ooh, and RockChalk weird bonking action going on with that pipe. Bit of a sight to see there. Drogie going for breezeless, gets it. Very nice on the side of Drogie. A very technical star to get, even though it doesn't look like it. Yeah, in order to get that star, you have to triple jump off like the tallest part of the ground, and then wall jump at the peak of your triple jump, and then be right next to the fence when you do your ground pound to clip in and ground pound on the ground. There's a lot to that, even though it's a very fast and what looks very easy, but very technical star. So, oh, RockChalk I was about to say getting the behind the waterfall star, but ends up bonking on the wall. I think he got a firstie there. I couldn't quite see, but didn't look like he was ready for that wall kick. Gets it the second time around. As Drogie trying to do his reds, getting caught up in this maze, a very tricky maze. You have to deal with tons of geometry that doesn't all make sense, tons of lag that doesn't all make sense. Mixing up double jumps, wall kicks, side flips. It's kind of a mess over there in the Reds maze. So RockChalk looking pretty good in the stage. So is Drogie. I believe that was it for him. RockChalk still having a few stars to go, and 2 of the stars he has to do are pretty quick. Wasn't able to do breezeless. RockChalk wasn't. But the good part about attempting that trick, even if you fail it, is the Chuckya kind of stays out of your way if you fail it, and then you take the breeze. Because I think you enter in his spawn zone. Spawn zone's not what you would call it, but enter in the zone where he notices you, and so he'll move to wherever you were, and he leaves a pretty good opening for you just to jump down and grab that star after taking the breeze. So if there is a benefit to missing breeze list, it is the Chuckya just kind of moving out of the way for you. But Drogie over there in Snowman's Land, making it look kind of easy. Getting his first 2 stars extremely quickly. Just needs 2 more. And most of the stars here in the stage are pretty quick. He messed up the movement a little bit over into the deep freeze. But even missing that, it wasn't that big of a deal. But RockChalk taking a death, didn't make it over to the mushroom. Was a bit short, and I guess his lineup just wasn't quite right. Just had a bad angle, grabbing the box. Hopefully this one is a bit better. It does look good. So RockChalk having a bit of a laugh. You can see on his cam there. So, and as RockChalk enters, Drogie leaves Snowman's Land. Ooh, RockChalk almost falling off the top of the head. Went a little left, ended up sliding. But is fine. Did get the star. So Drogie making his way over to HMC. Has to shake down this toad a bit. Knows he has a star, is hiding it from us, and which is just not okay. Peach is in trouble. We're trying to save her, and he just needs to hand it over. So that's what Mario's telling him, very convincingly. So Drogie, trying to do the left side there. I'm not sure what exact movement he was going for. It looked like he just started to do something and then decided against it. It looked like he was going for the emergency exit star and then maybe messed it up just a bit. But didn't fall down, did not slide into that pit, so very good on his part. So there you see, you got the emergency exit star. I believe that was what he was trying to do in the first place. So RockChalk just now making his way into the basement. Drogie doing triple box jump, does miss it the first time, is going to line it up the second time, can't quite make it work. Is going to be doing Christmas Miracle instead. Once that camera moves from its original position, it is more tricky to get that star. Because you got the muscle memory to do it with that original camera. And once you miss it, it'll start moving around and you kind of start having to wing it. So do not blame him at all for just jumping down, grabbing that other star. Probably going to be trying it again here. So is able to get it this time. As does RockChalk. Not the easiest star. That triple box jump is very precise with the side flip and the speed that you have and the height that you get on the second jump to get to the box without breaking it. A very tricky star. Both runners have it under their belts, but that was the last one from Drogie in that stage. So he is on his way up to Tippy. And if Tippy does not go well for him, he will be getting the opening to RockChalk. And it's very easy to do that here in Tippy. And Tippy is pretty much known for doing exactly that. So RockChalk probably, I mean, he's over a minute behind. Don't know the exact time. But that lead could easily shrink to basically nothing with just a couple quick deaths. Or Drogie right there. Got the Lakitu bounce first try and then ended up not able to get the jumps on that slope. So a bit of a time loss there for him. Wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it probably is close to 10 seconds lost. You know, getting that far into the star and then messing it up is not the best. RockChalk finishing up his last star here. Just has to contend with these boulders before making his way up to Tippy. Does get bopped, but seems to be fine. Drogie going on the left side here. Not sure if he missed the long jump or just decided he needed a little more speed. Regardless, does end up making it on that left side. Doesn't seem pretty happy with himself, but it would have been much worse if he would have fallen down. So I think he should be feeling just fine about that. So having to do Lakitu skip still, or Lakitu bounce Has to make it up to this pole, and he's got it. So has that out of the way. Is just going to be grabbing the ledge here. Doesn't want to do anything too fancy. Just wants to be done with the star. After you miss it once or twice, it's just something you want gone out of your memories. And RockChalk, oh my gosh, doesn't get the Lakitu bounce. It looked pretty good, but just barely missed him, and then Lakitu just bopped him right off the stage. That is not what you want to see. But Drogie isn't able to get the movement, ends up falling all the way down to this lower platform. Has to be doing the backup here. So this is kind of a tricky backup, especially because runners typically don't practice it very much. You have to land precisely on top of that flame shooter, which he does, and he got it. But it can be pretty tricky if you haven't practiced it. Kind of a precise jump. And with that, Drogie is out of Rainbow Ride and is talking to this toad. But did leave some space for RockChalk to catch up. It wasn't anything too major. He didn't die, but was not the cleanest from the side of Drogie. So Drogster is getting that star with the triple. I apologize, I believe my mic is cutting out ever so slightly. But Drogie making his way through TikTok clock. Ooh, got the box there on his jump, kind of messed up his movement. Had to take a slight detour. So RockChalk has to finish up this Rainbow Ride, needing to catch up. So Drogie actually deciding to do time stopped here. A little interesting because he still had one more to go on time moving, but probably wants to save it as a backup just in case. Not 100% sure why. You don't typically see that. But it very could have well been he just mistimed his side flip as well, so. Needs to get all the coins here. Has to kind of pause. Not the greatest RNG there. Ooh, taking a bonk, but doesn't fall down. So, a little lucky there. Typically bonks here do lead to deaths quite easily. So, very fortunate for him that one did not. RockChalk is also looking to finish this out. Looking pretty good on his side as well. Very nice wall kicks from Drogie. So Drogie really just holding his lead here. RockChalk with a nice 100 coin, but really needs a mistake to catch up. It is running out of time. Drogie has just played very consistently throughout most of this match. Very few mistakes on his side. So Drogie just needing 2 more stars here, has already gotten the toad. He did that before coming into TikTok clock. While RockChalk did not grab the toad, did not do the early toad from what is debatably faster. I believe it is slightly faster from rumors that I have heard. But just trying to finish it up here. Should do so quite easily. Just has this get a hand star, which is quite simple, and he's got it. So he is done getting stars. Just needs to kill Bowser, go up to Bowser in the sky. While RockChalk still has 2 more stars to go in TikTok clock, so is really hoping Drogie will make some kind of mistake here. Drogie needing just to finish it out real clean to have a really solid time here. And it's not just about winning or losing. In the 70-star league, there are points involved. I believe every 10 seconds, one of these runners gains over the other one is an extra point. So 60 points total, 30 for winning, and then for every 10 seconds you beat the other runner by, you gain an extra point. You're essentially taking a point from the other person. So Drogie trying to finish this out, is not doing the cleanest bits ever, but is finishing it out, which is what he needs to. Just needs to not die here. So you see RockChalk doing his last star over on TikTok clock, while Drogie is just finishing up. Just needs to kill this Bowser. He needs 3 of these bombs, has 1 already done. That's going to be 2. And that's going to be 3. A time just above 50 minutes. Just barely missed the 49. But a really good run from Drogie, regardless. Yep, GG's in the chat, a 50.07, a very good run. So up to RockChalk now to finish this up. He is playing for points right now. So trying to do this as fast as possible. Ooh, a really fast triple jump. Pretty clean movement on the side of RockChalk. Oh, RockChalk falling down. That's not what you want to see. But seems, is he gonna continue going? I know he just typed something in the chat. That's probably what he stopped to do. Quite a very unfortunate death on the side of RockChalk, but is going to finish this out. Very nice to see. Really wants those points. Moving left side, gets it. Very nice. So, alright, done with bits, into the Bowser stage. Or into the Bowser arena, rather. So the fastest you can really do this is about 40 seconds. So it looks like sub 53 is just barely possible. Oh, but a missed throw is not... It makes the sub 53 done. So seems like it is going to be 53. And as I say that, I could be wrong. Watching the clock tick up, it's going to be close. has to watch this animation. But Bowser did not fall off the edge, so he did not lose as much time as you would imagine. So it is going to get to the 52. It's going to be a 52-55. So nice to finish up on the side of RockChalk. He is going to get some points for that. That is what you do. And Drogie is showing us something. I can't quite read it. It was a little hard to read it. I'm sure somebody could. So looks like we are going to interview Drogie. RockChalk seems like he's running late for something.
Hello.
And what's going on, Drogie?
Hi.
Hey, that was a very clean run that you had.
Yeah.
A 50-07.
Thank you so much. The mid part of the run was so good. I mean, I barely made any mistake from like Dark World to Fire Sea. Then I messed up Fire Sea, and after that I had like a super good upstairs up until SL. Yeah, that run was super good, had a lot of potential. Sadly, I kind of choked at the end, but I'm happy with my performance tonight.
Yeah, no, I think you played fine at the end. You and RockChalk were both having a little bit of trouble over in Rainbow Ride. I think RockChalk actually took at least one death. So it's very tricky.
Yeah, I was looking over every now and then on the stream, and I saw that 1 second in LLL where he died, and that kind of took the pressure off of me. I felt like that really helped me with my nervousness. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, man. It was extremely good, and also like the Fire Sea that you mentioned. Yeah, that was some pretty unfortunate movements. You know, just not making it up those elevators because it just ate your speed. Like
Yeah,
that's basically what it was.
Yeah, I got punished really bad there, but yeah, now I know what to practice next.
Yeah, there you go. Well, GG's to you, man. You ran great. You got
you so
a really
much,
good
Mark.
amount of points here as well.
Yeah, it's
So,
pretty cool. Yeah, thank you very much, Mark, and also Chat. See you again, hopefully.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
you all.
Yeah, thanks for running. We will catch you next time, but nobody go away. We're about to be at it with some more Mario action. So stay tuned. We're going to go to a brief intermission. So thanks again, Drogie. GG. GG's to RockChalk as well. So stay tuned, boys.